Now from this whole Maamar, it talks about Torah, and it talks about Tefillin, it talks about mitzvahs, and it talks about... From this Maamar you should come away with more Avos Yisrael. Yeah. Because, look, if the Torah is so important to the Eibishter, and if Tefillin is so important to the Eibishter, and if the mitzvahs are his mitzvahs and they're very precious to him, how come he gives it to you?
So you could become close to him.
So what does that show? If I have something that is really very precious to me, and I'm willing to give it to you, what does that mean?
That you are close.
That you are somehow even more important.
Then what's closest to me? 'Cause I'm giving it to you.
So if the Eibishter gives us his Torah and his mitzvahs, so how does he feel about us? So now you have to have a whole new Avos Yisrael.
Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod U'Malusal Li'Olam Vayed Yehavta Eis.
So you ask the perfect question that you're supposed to ask. What is the Rebbe telling us? What does the Rebbe want? So now we know what the Rebbe wants. The Rebbe wants you to know that when you put on tefillin, what is happening in Shamayim. Da malamaylo mimcha. You should know that what's going on up there is coming from you. So when you put on tefillin, the Eibishter is very pleased and happy with Yidden. So it's not just yourself you're affecting everybody, the whole world. When the Eibishter is pleased with Yidden, what happens? He gives more brachos. More good things happen. So when you realize what you're doing, when you put on the tefillin, then you do it differently. You do it with a whole different conviction, commitment, devotion, careful. When you say the Maamar and you know what you're saying, then people really hear it. Most people don't even listen to a Maamar because it doesn't sound like you know what you're saying. So if they're going to listen, they're not going to know what you're saying either. But when you do know what you're saying, people will actually start to listen. It's like you're talking to them, you're telling them something. People like to listen when you're making sense. So people will start listening and they'll like it.